Passed down through generations, these cherished family recipes carry the flavor of tradition, now reimagined with a modern twist. From classic comfort to contemporary creativity, it's heritage with a fresh new flavor here at Pope's Plates.
Hi, welcome back to Pope's Plates. We haven't seen you in a long time. This is probably going to be our first video back. I'm not sure the order. If it isn't, you'll get a welcome back from me multiple times, one of us. We're going to start today with making sausage balls. A couple of things that go against the norm. I made them with Bisquick for a long time. I found that they were a little sweet, which I've described it that way, and other people are like, oh, it doesn't taste sweet to me. I don't love it. And so I use a baking mix that I found that I make. This is 2.5 cups of flour already with 1 tablespoon of baking powder, not soda, powder. I'm going to add, again, measure with your heart, but I'm going to add about a tablespoon, because this is several cups, of onion powder, not onion salt. And then the same amount of garlic. I use powder instead of salt just because I don't like a whole lot of salt. And then the last thing we're going to put is not going to be a tablespoon because I am not someone who does well with spices, but a little bit of cayenne pepper. And then I'm going to mix I'm going to close it very tightly. She says, hoping it gets closed very tightly. Well, my Ziploc bag is not zipping or locking well. So I'm going to hold on to the top and you just shake it. If you're my age or older, you'll remember shake and bake, but you just kind of like, this is how you make the coating for fried chicken. Alright, so this is mixed up flour, cayenne pepper, baking powder, not soda, garlic, and onion. And I mean, I guess if you want rosemary in your sausage balls, you can do that. I'm going to take 16 ounces, which is what our recipe calls for, of mild sausage. You can use whatever sausage you like. I have a fan club of a puppy. I'm going to put the sausage in here. This is not room temperature. And I am not a food scientist. I am not recommending this. I'm just saying that here, I left it out on the counter for about 45 minutes so that it would be easier to mix. Do that or don't do that based on how safe you think it is. To our sausage, we're going to put 2 cups of our flour baking mix, or Bisquick if you would like to use that. Whatever you would like to do. We haven't recorded in a long time. We did a lot of traveling and my mom hurt her back and I got sick. So we've been gone. So Charlie's like, oh, I forgot that y'all cooked here and dropped things. Okay, the next ingredient that we're going to add is 2 cups of cheese. I have a very, it's called Seriously Sharp cheddar cheese, Cabot Creamery. I really like sharp cheese. This is my grandmother's, say it again?
Mooley grater.
Mooley grater. And my grandmother was born in 1910. So this is an old grater. So I'm going to grate some of the cheese. I'm also going to use some that has already been grated. It does, I don't know, it does not melt as well it is also a lot more expensive, and so I'm just using what I have. So I'm going to grate the block of cheese that I have, and then I'm going to put some pre-grated cheese in the rest of the mixing. I will say that in my perception, sausage balls are a tiny bit drier because they put a starch called cellulose, I think. I'll double check that, on the outside of the cheese to keep it from clumping together when it ships and stuff. And that adds a little bit to the dryness. And we're only going to need 2 cups of cheese. So I'm going to measure. These big pieces, I don't know that they're going to melt very well. Whoops. Okay. So this gives us 1 cup and a 1/4 maybe. And I'm going to put our pre-shredded cheese to fill the rest. Would you like a piece of cheese? There you go, bud. Oh, now I have dog spit on my hands. Hold on. Just gonna wipe it off with a little hand sanitizer. All right. Now, I will say this. Sausage balls are always like, oh, I can't wait to make sausage balls. And I can't wait to eat sausage balls. I always regret that when it comes to the mixing part because it's just hard to mix this all. And you're just going to use your hands. So, I'm going to start out doing it. It takes me a good 10 minutes. So you're really just going to get in there with your hands. Make sure you take off your jewelry if you don't want to get it all sausagey. I'm going to take off my watch and we're going to mix it, and I will come back when it is thoroughly mixed in because again, it takes a while. So our dough is completely mixed. You don't want to see any flour pieces in there. You don't want that part of it to be dry. One thing I have always failed at doing when I made sausage balls was keeping them from getting too done or burn on the bottom. One of the things you can do to prevent that, I've got flour all over me, is to use one of these sort of silicone seal pads or parchment paper. I'm going to take half of my dough and we're going to save this. I think I'm going to roll them into individual sausage balls and save the dough like that, maybe? Yeah, because then I could just pop them right out in the morning when I want it and cook it. In fact, when I make sausage balls, the last ones I made were terrible because I used that Bisquick mix. But, you know, I make dough and just sort of give it to people. So I'm going to roll these out. So we're going to cook, like I said, some of them. And so I'm rolling these out and I'm going to cook some of them. I'm going to freeze the others individually rolled out. I'm going to cook these on 350. Now, the time so depends on how much natural fat there is in the sausage ball you're cooking, how big you roll them out. And so I'm going to start at about 20 minutes. We want to make sure that the sausage is cooked all the way through. You could have learned to eyeball that, but if you want to put a thermometer in there to make sure it's at 165, you may want to do that, especially if you're cooking them from frozen. So we're going to put this together and cook them, and we will come back to you when we're finished. Thank you so much for watching Pope's Plates with us today. Tell me if you have a different variation on sausage balls, what you do and why you love it. Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until we see you next time, let's keep cooking.